right, so you sent me a video earlier today, and
Yeah, I sent him a video
you sent me a
earlier today.
video earlier today. So set it up. Tell us about the video.
So this lady was on TikTok because if you don't know me, I'm on TikTok all the time. That's where I learn how to do things. Some people learn things from YouTube. I learn things from TikTok because it's a good time. Anyway, she was talking about
That was
how
completely not where we was going. You just did a random jump to I learned stuff, and that's not we was not talking about what you was learning today.
Well, look, can I get to the topic?
Yes.
Okay. So, I was on the TikTok, and this announcer was talking about how it was like a group chat of another group chat, and they was discussing how this mom has this Mother's Day brunch for all of her kids and all of their lives. On Mother's Day, they're supposed to come hang out with her and do this Mother's Day brunch at her house. She has a caterer. She does all the things, and she gets to spend time with her children at this brunch. So she expects, because it's Mother's Day and she's their mother, that for the rest of the time she is alive, they will come to her house for this Mother's Day brunch.
That's her expectation.
That's her expectation. However, one of the son's wives
got married.
One of the sons got married and has a wife
and kids.
Can I tell the story?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Thank you. One of the sons got married and had kids, and the wife did not want to go anywhere. Her request for Mother's Day was, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to chill at home and not do anything, cater to my needs and all the things. And he was like, okay, so Mom, I can't come to your Mother's Day brunch because my wife wants me to be here to take care of the children while she chills out for Mother's Day. And so that was the topic that they was discussing, whether or not he should have spent time with his mother for Mother's Day, or whether or not he should do the things for his wife for Mother's Day, because that is not his mother. And her explanation about the whole fact why she was so mad that her son didn't come is because the wife gets the anniversary, her birthday, his birthday, holidays, everything, and the only thing she gets is Mother's Day, and she is his mother. And her thought was, his wife is not his mother. His wife is his wife. His kids, she's the mother of his kids. So it's the kids that should be doing stuff for her, not him. He should be doing stuff for his own mother. Which, is she wrong?
So okay, so good setup. But let's talk about this. Because
we had a similar thing with my mother.
We had, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. But I didn't care though.
Because it wasn't Mother's Day; it was Father's Day, and I didn't. My father wasn't around, so we always did what you wanted to do for Father's Day.
Yeah.
But for Mother's Day, I didn't really do Mother's Day because, you had the kids do stuff for me. However, Mother's Day was always spent with my mother.
Yes.
And whatever my mother wanted to do, regardless of what I wanted to do, it was about her, because it was my mother.
But is that okay?
Now that my mother is deceased, I honestly think that you should. It's Mother's Day. It's not Wife's Day. I get that. I get it. And, and I get the request that his wife wanted for Mother's Day. I get it. I get that she didn't want to do anything. She wanted somebody to. However, to appease the wife and the mother, because see, what the wife wanted to do, she didn't want to leave the house. Okay, so have somebody else watch the kids. Take the kids somewhere else. On Mother's Day.
That's
and you go.
Wild thing.
Yes, she wanted to be alone and by herself.
I get it.
And she didn't.
So
you know what I think of this?
So let me ask you this.
No. Let me get this out. Let me get this out.
Go ahead.
She's a mother with small kids. Okay. That's a lot of work. I was a mother with small kids, and that was a lot of work.
I can't.
As much as I love my kids
absolutely.
and I think they are great and fantastic, and I will never take any time I spend away from them away. However, it was a lot of work, and sometimes I just needed some time to get my act together. And she just wanted to be alone and like had all the things she liked for Mother's Day without being bothered by somebody asking her to do anything. And so what they could have just made sure she had all the things, and and her request was to stay at the house. But if they would have convinced her, they could have bought her a whole spa day where they could have took her to the spa and she could have been at the spa all day long and people would have catered to her needs all day and she wouldn't have to do anything. She would have been relaxed. But she wanted to be at home, so she could have been at home and they could have made sure she had all the things at home, and he could have took the kids to a babysitter or an auntie or whoever and could have went and spent time with his mother on Mother's Day. And the reason why I'm an advocate for him actually doing the things with his mother, because my mother's not alive. When my mother was alive, I didn't really get to go and do Mother's Day stuff. You know, I always took Mother's Day and did it with my mom because she was my mom. But like that's all that's once you get married and move away and you have your own family and your kids and holidays, really Mother's Day is it. Like they birthed you, they had you, they made you, they created you. Like if they was not there, you would not be here. And that is the only day you got to honor the person that actually made your freaking ears and mouth and nose and lungs. Okay, like if we break it down to that, so like you should really honor them for that day. And I get you get married and make sure they're comfortable. I get it.
You just went on a huge soliloquy. We were supposed to. Oh, I knocked off my cup.
It's on the ground. It's gone.
You just went on this huge soliloquy. We were supposed to be discussing this.
We were.
And I couldn't get an air edgewise.
You couldn't because I was telling you.
You went into rant mode.
I did.
And I'm fine with that.
You go on.
What I'm saying,
you know, it's plenty of topics he's going to go on rant mode, so whatever.
I'm not going on rant mode.
You will go on rant mode.
Questions, no.
You will.
My plan was to ask you questions.
Ask me questions.
Oh, good gracious.
They could handle my rants. You always talking.
It was too much. It was too much.
It was not.
It was too much.
Whatever.
Anyway. Mm-hmm. So the question is, okay, so there's multiple layers to this whole thing.
It is.
Okay. Because not only did the mother expect that to happen, the mother also contacted the daughter and told her she was being a horrible wife because she wouldn't let her son be with her on Mother's Day.
Now that was wrong.
Okay, so there's a whole lot of levels.
That part right there, she shouldn't have did. She should have just let it go.
Okay, now my question is,
she could have been mad, but she would have let it go.
Soliloquy.
Yes.
Your monologue.
My monologue, and I am proud of it.
You were staring into the camera and just talking deeply.
I was, and I shall, and I will again.
My question was,
yes,
would an alternative could have been for the son to take his children with him to his Mother's Day thing?
No.
So what happens to the kids?
They go with a babysitter.
So you just abandoning the kids on Mother's Day?
Yes, I have them every day, 364 days of the 365 days of the year. Do you remember when we didn't have a babysitter for nothing?
I agree with you.
We had to spend anniversaries with them, Christmas with them, birthdays with them, Valentine's Day with them, all the things.
And now you want to spend it with them. Now you want to spend it with them. Now you're like, come to my house on Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. Why are y'all with them? You didn't want to spend it with them when it was kids, but now you want to.
But you did.
But you just said send them away.
For the one day so you can relax and chill out.
But now
you
want them for the one day to come to your house.
To celebrate you for Mother's Day.
Niece Christmas, you don't get what I'm saying. You want her to send her kids away.
And when that woman who wants that catering for that day.
What I'm saying is you want her to send her kids away so that your husband or her son can come and spend time with her.
And she didn't want them kids there either.
I'm not saying she did. What I'm saying is you want her to send your kids away.
She ain't. He is.
Okay.
It ain't her job to find a babysitter or send them to the favorite auntie's house.
I'm not saying it is her job. What I'm saying is that You want her to send her kids away so she can have the private time that she needs.
That's what she asked
That's
for.
but later when she starts asking for, I need you to be here all the time, and then her children have husbands or wives, and they're like, well, I can't go because my. You're gonna be like, but you were supposed to be spending this time with me. I'm your mother, but you didn't want me when I was 7.
But you did, because she spent 364 days on the
Because she
365
had
days.
to, but
She didn't have to. There's plenty of mothers out here not doing shit.
So the kids don't get to celebrate mother during when they're kids, but they get to celebrate mother when they get older. That's what you're saying?
They celebrate her for Mother's Day because they get her a nice gift.
At 16, the shift happens, and you celebrate Mother's Day. But
no, what I'm saying is,
when you're under 16, you gotta go to the babysitter on Mother's Day.
You give them a gift. You give them a gift. You give them a spa day.
Okay.
Spa days are not cheap.
I didn't say they was cheap. I'm just trying to figure out the logic.
And maybe, I think she would have enjoyed a spa day instead of sitting in at home, but she knew that they was financially unable to spend $600 for a whole day at the spa.
Egregious. I think it's egregious.
She was being realistic that I really want a spa day.
I think it's egregious,
but I can't afford a spa day, so I'm gonna just stay at home.
To expect her sons to show up every year for Mother's Day to celebrate her as they and again, I agree. When you don't have a mother, you don't have a father, you miss them even more. I'm with you 110%. We both are living a shared experience in that regard. But what I'm saying is that the expectation is that you give up everything to come and be with me when I have a family that I have to take care of.
It's one day. And it sounds like they lived in town.
I'm just saying.
We're not catching planes.
I just think it's egregious.
We're driving across town.
I think it's a major ask for you to have to.
Are you a mother though?
No, but they wouldn't do that on Father's Day.
You act like people don't have.
Y'all don't even pay attention to Father's Day. Father's Day came and went. Father's Day came and went.
Do you make ears?
Maybe I never.
You contribute
a
drop.
What? I contributed a
sperm.
I contributed
that fertilized a microscopic egg.
Beautiful things. I contributed to the beautiful things we made. I contributed contributed
a drop of sperm to a microscopic egg.
Do not lessen my fatherhood, ma'am. Do not lessen my ability to.
But we created ears and lungs.
I didn't say you didn't.
And bodies.
I would never say.
Tongues.
I would never say that your experience,
God forbid,
of being a mother is not more.
Only had 4 fingers instead of 5.
I'm just saying that I think it's completely egregious for you to expect your son or your daughter to completely forsake their family. And come to see you every every year she was saying you gotta and she didn't want the other people there. She didn't want the other people there.
No, it's for her and her kids.
And that's where it's absolutely insane. What if one of the wives or one of the husbands don't have parents, and so you're the only parent they have, and you don't want to see them because I only want my kids around on Mother's Day. That is some craziness. That is some.
But they mine. I made them.
I get it. I just think that the whole thing is just a little much. Now you have the same kind of rule for Thanksgiving.
I do have the same thing for Thanksgiving.
That is nothing like Mother's Day. And at Thanksgiving, you want them to bring everybody to you.
Oh yeah, I want the grandkids.
This woman didn't want nobody else other than her.
No, I want it to be a whole shenanigan. I want the grandkids, the great grandkids.
Yes.
If your mama, if you marry somebody and their mama can't cook and that they can come. You can bring everybody. I want the whole, you can bring your extended family, the aunties. I don't care.
That's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That's Thanksgiving. We are specifically talking about Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, just give me a good gift.
But that's not what this one was asking. This one was asking for you to give up everything.
I'm not her.
And then was mad that.
I'm just letting you know I feel her. I get what she's saying.
But all the husband was trying to do was to make sure that she had that his wife had a good Mother's Day.
Why can't you provide her a good Mother's Day while going to spend some time with your own mother on Mother's Day.
I'm not.
You didn't have to be there for the whole 4 or 5
Yeah.
hours. You could have just dropped in for
What I'm
15, 20
saying
minutes and
is,
said, "Hey, I love you,
is
boo.
that
Here's your gift."
he
I
was
showed up.
trying to make sure that his children were taken care of,
Yeah.
and that his wife was having the best Mother's Day she could possibly have.
And why couldn't he done
And
both?
so, because he wanted to make sure his kids were able to celebrate their mother.
Okay.
Even if it was, hey, you need to be quiet and give your mom some space, or I'm gonna take you somewhere so that your mom has some space. It is his action. It's his act. My actions with my children on Mother's Day are always for your benefit.
Yes.
So whatever I do on Mother's Day, and I grab the kids and we go, or I take them to the store and have them pick out cars, or go to the mall with them and say, okay, here's the money you have. Go buy Mom a Mother's Day gift. It's my responsibility as a father,
yes,
a husband to you, and a father to them, to make sure that their mother has the best day possible. And so,
but eventually, what you should as a father is to teach them
that's what I'm doing.
How to be great to their mothers on Mother's Day. And then eventually you shouldn't have to do all that because they have set up a habit of being great to their mothers on Mother's Day by themselves.
That may have been what he was doing. He may have been trying to show his children how to really respect their mother.
And he can do both.
By sending them away to a babysitter so he can go see his mom.
He wouldn't have been there the whole time. It would have been for like an hour.
So now the kids is like, I ain't got no daddy, I ain't got no mama.
Are you serious? For an hour? So we can't go to daycare, so nobody can work. That's what you just said.
Yep.
That's stupid. That's stupid. It's one day for an hour. Come on, that's full of crap. You could have took him there for an hour.
And see, and this is the thing about the internet. It will have you arguing over stupid shit because it really don't matter to either one of us.
No, because I don't care. Well, you know, my microphone just went on the ground.
It's because you're tapping your soul. Stop tapping your soul.
Put it back on me. Thank you, sir. You know I tap and I move my hands.
Yes, but stop tapping your chest.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You can move your hands, just don't tap your chest.
Yes. So, but yeah, I would like for my kids to spend time with me on Mother's Day. But if they can't or they won't, I mean, they got something to do.
Got mad because
I prefer you buy me a gift. If you can afford me a nice luxury bag, purse.
I understand what she was trying to set up, but I also understand that
send me on a spa day. I love a spa day. Send me on a trip by myself. I would love that.
I'm don't take everything in the Bible as gold or divinely written, but I shouldn't say that probably on camera.
You know that's shady. Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying
is on tape, babe.
The Bible does say that a man shall leave his father and his mother and unite with his wife.
Yeah, and we should leave everything and go to our husband.
That should be the thing that they do.
Right.
And so for her to expect her son to just drop his wife and everything else and run to her because she's mother.
She didn't run to him though. It was just Mother's freaking Day.
I understand. But this was set up, this is an annual thing.
But they already knew. It's like Thanksgiving. I've been graining this in my kids since they were born. She been graining Mother's Day until they brain until they was born.
He was probably tired.
He was.
Like, I'm sick of this. I am not
He was sick of it. But that's the only thing she asked for. His wife said, I want to stay
in. He said, I do too. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that he probably was sick of it.
He probably was, but he didn't have to stay.
It don't matter. He want to go at all.
I get it, but he could just pop in.
Him and his brother had a fight the last time. They were still beefing. He wouldn't be there.
I know. And she was trying to bring them together because she don't feel like her kids should be separated. Now, and if my kids were beefing, I would come bring them together and be like, look, until if y'all don't get it together, even after I die, just know that I'm coming back to haunt your tails, and I'm gonna get you because y'all gonna stay together because this family sticks together. And I would. Maybe that's what she was trying to do.
Okay.
You know what? I mean, I feel where she's coming from.
Okay.
You know, that was her thing. That was her thing. And he did not have to be there the whole time. Like, he could have just went over there for like an hour, 30 minutes, bring her little gift, be like, Mom, I can't stay. I know you want me to stay. And she would have threw a fit and she would have made a scene. But however, it still would have been.
Then she blamed the woman for it. How you
it still would have
been. It was her son that didn't want to go.
You know what? It could have been her son that didn't want to go because
why do mothers always blame the woman?
Because it's an easy easy escape.
They the scapegoat.
They are. They the scapegoat. Just like Meghan Markle's the scapegoat. Because I know Harry, he don't want to fool with all of that foolishness no more. You know what? People forget that he was the one out in these streets partying and being wild. Because I just did. Because I just did. I just did. So just go with it.
How do you go?
Go with it. Go with it.
I have a microphone on my chest. Stop touching my chest.
Just go with it. Just go with it. People forget that he was the one out in these streets partying and being wild and had a mind of his own and could think for himself and was always outside of the box. And they want to blame her all the time for all of the stuff that they claim that she is doing to him.
I'm trying to figure out.
It's just like the mother-in-laws. The mother-in-laws want to blame the chick.
I got it. I'm just trying to figure out how we got to Meghan Markle.
I just did. Because I did.
I was nowhere in the conversation.
It was not, and I did. And anytime I can bring up
Meghan Markle
the Royals and Mary Markle and Harry, I can.
That's another one.
Don't start with me. What?
I don't understand. I just don't. The whole crown.
In my head, she's my best friend.
Okay.
One of these days, I'm going to live that soft
you have quite
luxury
a few
life.
Best friends in your head.
I do, and get over it.
That's.
And one of these days, I'm going to meet all these people.
Do those friends talk to you?
One of these days, they will. They're going to call me and ask me.
No, I ain't talking about one of
these days. They're going to call me and ask me for advice.
Talk to you now?
No, they don't.
Do these friends in your head talk to you now?
They don't. But one of these days, they're going to call me for advice. I'm like, girl, Cassie is cool in a mug.
I'm just trying to figure this out.
She is all the things.
Do your friends talk to you now?
My friends that I have do.
No, the ones in your head.
You know what? Don't start with me.
I'm just trying to figure out how far we are.